And I am live. Supposedly, I am live with an empty chair. Absolutely beautiful. Good morning, everybody, and my name is Sincerely George, and I am peeved. I'm totally frustrated this morning. So welcome to the XRP Community Update. I'm no longer in my chair, if that's where it started, but now I am back. So I'm sort of reorganizing this this video today because I'm going to change the topic and after it's posted, and I want to share it broadly. So we're going to start with a different topic this morning. We're going to talk about just how, different news creators are out there just driving FUD over stupidity that isn't even real. So yesterday I found this post by Cointelegraph, I can't even speak right now, by Cointelegraph, that talks about crypto bitlords, petition to fork the XRP ledger. And so, these people call themselves news agencies, but they can't even do any basic research. I'm not quite understanding it. These are news creators within the cryptocurrency digital asset space, but they can't do any research into what they're looking into. And they're promoting a petition that is started by this guy. Like, this guy, Crypto Bitlord, has a Bitcoin bag right there. Yes, he has 100,000 followers. Bravo. But he's just a fudster for the XRP community. And it really upsets me because, just like King Solomon talks about, come on, dude, are you really here trying to talk about forking the XRP ledger, right? Like, it's a decentralized ledger, but it's not like a proof of work digital asset that you can just go out there and fork. If you can get a higher hash rate on one fork, then you can have a fork going in a separate direction. But XRP is pre-mined. All the coins were created when the system went live. And so to go out and fork this, you're not creating any new XRP. You're not creating two different branches that you're going to get double the XRP on. Instead, you're saying that you're going to go out and change the code and the rules on the system that is going to now become the new system. So there's no double. This isn't like forking Bitcoin where you get Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. You have XRP and then you'll have something else. But this is utter garbage, right? And then we have people like Bitcoin Ben, who supposedly holds XRP, which is awesome, just promoting this. Like, this is very encouraging to reach. XRP community is not the problem. Ripple is. Okay, all right. The utter silliness of this entire conversation really gets to me, and I'll explain why in a second. Because, Cointelegraph starts out with their document, right? And then we have Ethereum World News, TNW, and down, Crypto Eerie created a good video about this, which I thought was awesome. But investors threatened to fork XRP. XRP bag holders are begging Ripple to stop dumping the coin. I don't remember begging Ripple to stop distributing their coin. They made that choice on their own. And the interesting part about it, and I'm just clicking through some of these things because for people that are in the space, let me breathe for a second. For people that are in the space and actually invest in XRP, the challenge, and there's just so, like, I have all of these tabs open about just the utter silliness about this. And here we come with some common sense, right? Tiff Hayden responded to this, what community can I find you? And I don't see you in any of the Slack channels, running a validator, contributing to the code, or building on the network. And this is part of the reason why I decided to highlight this, because for people that are new here, for people that don't know much about XRP, news like this can be pretty damaging. The thought that you could fork XRP and move forward without issue is really not what we need to be thinking about. And if you go back in December 2018, David Short says, yep, you can totally fork XRP. Go ahead. The challenge is that you need to come up with a development team that will write the new rules, that will maintain the network, that will, upgrade your code as needed. And then you have to find validators that will run validator nodes to validate the transactions that are settled on your new XRP ledger, or whatever you want to call it, fork XRP, right? And once that's done, now you need to go in and find exchanges that will start listing your coin. So if anybody in the XRP community who is sad or upset because the XRP price is down, has even engaged in this, this video is for you, because forking the XRP ledger, it can be done, but you're not getting what you want. Instead, you're contributing to confusion for people that are new in this space. And if we go out here, there are articles, and I need to, commend BitNews for actually putting out an article that talks about this being satirical, because you've got other, news creators in the space who are just spreading more garbage. And, to take a page out of Andreas Antonopoulos's book, first they mock you, then they attack you, then they fight you, and it feels like we're at that fighting stage that other supporters of other blockchain solutions, other DTLs, are now on full attack of XRP. So to me, I find it pretty positive, but for people that I'm trying to introduce to the XRP ecosystem, it's very damaging, right? The news out there is confusing and they don't understand what it takes. So I just want to do a little bit of a deep dive here really quickly on what it will take. This actually needs to go over here somewhere. So I highlighted a couple of different things, and I just want to get to one really quickly. So, if you want to actually fork the fork XRP, you actually have to do a code change. You have to implement new code that will start being executed, and you have to have validators that will actually start leveraging that code. Now, you could, have validators, like if we have rogue validators that are out there, then, trusted validators can start looking at only other trusted validators and take the ledger in a direction. So you have this abandoned ledger out here that nobody is really listening to except for the rogue validators. So you could have a situation where you have a fork in what's being written to the ledger, right? Because the ledger is distributed, and everything that is on the ledger, every single transaction gets recorded. But, if you want to fork the XRP ledger in a different way, you take all of the code, you recreate new tokens, and you go in your own direction. And, other solutions such as Stellar have done that. I believe, and I haven't gone deep into this, but I believe Tron is also a similar fork of similar nature. But let's just talk about what it would take to really do this, right? And this is the part that I think most people don't understand when they're looking at this, is that blockchain developers command a very high salary. And you don't just need one, you need multiple. And you need security experts, and you need validators, and you need content creators, and you need so many people to just fork the XRP ledger. You would need an army of people, an army of paid people who would be willing to support this and move it forward. Now you need validators all over the world. And I don't even have my XRP validator map up, but having a couple of validators that say, yep, that transaction's valid, isn't going to get you very far, and you're not going to be listed on an exchange. So all that this does is cause confusion within our space. It really detracts from the positive news that's going on and what is happening. And that's what brings me back to the tweet that we were talking about from Brad Garlinghouse yesterday. And luckily, most of the people that run banks and do, things that are actually contributing to our financial systems are smart enough to not understand this and do some of their own research. But people are out there signing this petition, this change.org petition. And part of my concern is that I don't think anybody in the XRP community, people who are here and invested here, are out there doing it. I'm thinking that it's people from other digital asset projects that are out there just fueling the fire. But, part of what we can do to help mitigate and reduce the impact of this is stop talking about it. All right. I know I'm here talking about it right now, but if we stop talking about it, we can prevent new people in the XRP space from being confused by the information related to this. Let them talk about it in the Ethereum channels. Let them talk about it, you know, with all the Bitcoin maxis. But if we minimize the amount of attention that we put on it, then we will reduce the confusion for people who are new here and looking for information about it. You know, and I think it's right here, you know, as David Short says, you can go ahead and fork the XRP ledger. And I quote right now, if a group wants to fork the XRP ledger, all they need to do is agree on a system of rules and roughly agree on validators that will follow those rules. It's much easier than forking any proof of work chain because you don't need miners. You don't need to become insecure if you can't incentivize them, right? So, you know, let's push this to the side and let's talk about something that's much more fun, right? Let me see where this all starts now. All right, that one. Okay, I don't want to go there yet. I had to reorganize all of this crud because I was just I've been up for a couple of hours and I've been trying to find a way to focus in on what the heck is going on here. And as we identify FUD that, you know, is being promoted, I think we need to fight it. We need to push it down. But at the same time, we need to not give them, you know, a platform for drawing in attention. I, like everybody else, is not very happy about, you know, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Yesterday was a ramen day. That's all I have to say. It was a ramen day. But, you know, between, you know, crypto, whatever the heck his name is, and Twitter, I am totally frustrated this morning. So you got it. This is what I look like upset. I can't talk when I'm upset. But this tweet from Anthony Jackson yesterday lit up my world. I was laughing so hard. Because there's Germanian code, and I hope I said that right, where you take different letters and you add it together and things equal different numbers. And a lot of the speculation over the last year has focused on finding different letters and things. And, you know, this word equals this number. It also equals these other numbers, which is totally cool. I'm not going to discredit it completely. Completely. I'm sure there's some validity out there, but cold hard facts. I want cold hard facts. That's what I want to deal with. And, you know, Anthony Jackson, you know, here he's like, am I the only one that noticed these breadcrumbs? 3 tweets in an order. 1, 2, 3. Sales follow XRP. First sentence of each word equals end of year. So when will the price go up? When will the price go down? Only somebody other than me knows. I'm not tracking the price. I'm tracking the evolution that's happening in this space. And we've had a lot of good news happening for us. There's some speculation that R3 is being bought by Ripple. PNC Bank has, you know, is that right here? I really went crazy with my, guys, I was mad this morning. Mad. But let's go here. No, let me go. Where am I? Oh, I'm mad right now. Let me close you. Let me go here. All right. So, like I said, end of the beginning will be at the end. The end will be at the beginning. I was going to talk about this at the end. Then in the last 3 minutes before, when I was finally getting ready, I'm not even dressed for work right now, but our XRP spotlight is at the end of the video. So props to XRP so before I go, I want to ask a question because that's where I'll start over here. What do you guys think is the best way to deal with FUDsters? How do we stop it? And how do we minimize confusion for real people that are here trying to find out what's going on with XRP? That's what I want to know. I think we ignore them, but I'm interested in what you think. All right. Good morning, Bubba Shipes. All right, props to XRP Forensics for their diligence in keeping the community aware of scams. It's disappointing how many bad actors are taking advantage of people, and even more the platforms that aren't doing more to protect them. So today's XRP Community Spotlight is brought to us by David Schwartz. It's not David Schwartz, it's XRP Forensics. If you're not following XRP Forensics, I recommend that you follow them. They are a great Twitter account that does a great job of highlighting different scams that are happening in the XRP community. They also do a lot to highlight the accounts where, you know, stolen funds, I'll call them stolen or stolen funds are going. And so if you ever have a question on whether or not something is a scam, or if you have a suggestion on something that is a scam, definitely send it to XRP Forensics and they will dig into it. I will also put this in the description of this video at the end of the video so that you can go out and check them out. Let's go to the website for a second. So here's a letter. I didn't read the letter, but I do use their site. So yeah, there's a letter. Okay, dear community fellow members. All right, let's keep going. So another thing I want to bring to your attention is Nixer FFM has also decided to move the XRP Tipbot statistics to a new site. So if you've been using the old URL, this is the new URL. And I was going to put this at the beginning and at the end. So if we hit this tab again, just know that the XRP Tipbot stats are found at a new URL. He's going to, do a forward to the new URL if you're still using the old URL, but you'll want to change it because probably the domain for the old URL will be expire and you won't have forwarding. So that impacts charities at XRP Tipbot stats and also the two browser extensions that were created for this. So just an FYI on that, you want to get that news out. All right, so I thought this was really great. Actual footage of the XRP investors getting in before the masses. This was a great pick. I liked it. I didn't want to talk about any of the speculations that are going on today, but I thought this was a great graphic because I really do feel with everything that's going on right now between, MoneyGram, Facebook, PNC Bank, the potential speculation on R3, and just the fact that, Ripple is continuing to come out with good news. Now we have a lot of speculation right now, but I really feel that we are early in this game and I'm not sure how early we are anymore. The price says one thing, but the news says something completely different. So, saddle up, get on your surfboard, keep surfing, stay invested if you can, not financial advice. Now, the price is low and I'm eating some ramen. Ramen only costs 79 cents at the store down the street. That means I can circumvent vegetables today. So instead of spending $3 on cauliflower, I can spend 79 cents. That means I get like 5 XRP or 10 XRP. I don't know, but it's like 4 for $1. But that doesn't mean that you should overinvest. You need to make sure that you can continue to, stay alive, not have to cash in until we moon, right? This could be years from now. This could be tomorrow. Nobody knows. Nobody can tell you when it's going to happen. But if you're really true about being here in the XRP community and having an investment in this revolutionary technology, then, make sure that you're taking care of the things that you have to take care of day after day. Don't believe the hype. Do what you think is right and do your own research. All right. So in other news, very interesting, Pornhub is doing more for the environment than the G7. And I saw this yesterday. It was very interesting and it has made Time News. So Time Magazine has put out an article about this. Finally, somebody has figured out the answer to the age-old question, how do I stream porn while saving the internet? Or saving the earth, not the internet. Pornhub announced today that for every 100 videos streamed viewed in a specific category on the site, they will plant a tree in celebration of Arbor Day. The site is keeping a running tally of how many trees will be planted, and as of Monday afternoon, more than 11,000 have already been logged. Well, people on the internet do love the internet. I'm sure that's why they're there. I also hear that there's another category where you can do stuff to save the ocean. So, and I guess because they think the water is dirty, they are locked and loaded, and I don't know. So you guys are going to have to tell me what's up out there because I am not going out there. I have other things to do, too much other stuff to do, but please save the environment for me. Go out and use your subscription. All right, let's close that. Let's go back to, where should we go? I want to leave this on something good that will help you guys. So yes, again, oh no, that never mind. Let's leave it here because I think this is a good information. And I want to go to this page because I think that some of you guys don't know about this page, But the XRP tip.bot statistic page gives you, you're able to search for who's giving to who, how much, when, yada, yada, yada. And so, it reads the XRP tip.bot ledger and gives you information. So if I go XRP fund, and this is how you can use it, you can see that Jungle Inc. is donating to the XRP fund as of this morning. So it's a really cool page. You have user statistics, which I didn't see working this morning, so I'm not sure if this is properly, if everything has properly been moved over, but it is also coil optimized. So I've been giving XRP to this site for a better part of the day, and you can't really see it. So let me minimize this. I don't know what's behind this tab, but for people like Rochelle, this is what happens when you have coil optimized on a page. So while a coil subscriber, and I have coil turned on here, is on the page or on a video, you actually get little droplets of XRP at the same time. And it looks as though this site might be monetized in actual dollars instead of XRP. So just wanted to highlight that. All right, let's go to our chat. I am very interested in who's here. Good morning, everybody. I don't know if I can go all the way back up to the top. I can. Good morning, Bubba Shipes, Anthony Jackson, Javon, Rochelle. Awesome to have you here. Good morning. Good morning. I have great news about Rochelle soon. I can't wait. Who else is here? Silhouette Park Farms and Jungle Inc. Awesome. Jungle, I was actually in a discussion with Peter this morning and shared one of your videos. So hyping it. I'm very excited. Who else is here? Scully from the House of Thrillers. Great books. You know how to read. That's awesome. Jake Farrow, Albertina Elf, David D, Carl Lewis. Oh yes, thank you for the reminder, Carl. So some people have lost Morning Peeved. Yes, I'm Morning Peeved. And Carl, you are on a 2-day timeout, sort of like hockey. I heard about, and same's true for David D. You guys have had your wrenches removed for inappropriate actions in the chat. There was one naked comment, David D, that was from you. Nobody wants to imagine me naked, for one. And then Carl Lewis, I think you were swearing on Tuesday in the chat. This needs to be a family-friendly space, and so you guys are my two first people. We need to keep this family safe, even though I was just talking about Pornhub. Yeah. SBO. So so today's Thursday, Friday, Monday, you guys will have your wrenches back. So you guys have been warned. Informed trading, day trading, and investing. Carl Lewis. And yes. Oh, and Danny Torres, one of the smartest women in the XRP community. Lionel. Who else? Benjing Pearson. Awesome to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Jerry Hall. Wow, Jerry, I miss you. The Great Pate. No, I said it wrong again. The Great Pate. Sorry. I don't even eat pate. So, who else? Ralph's Trucking. Good morning, Ralph. Awesome to have you here, my friend. So Ralph's Trucking, Scully's House of Thrills, and Rochelle, you guys should all connect. I'm sure there's a couple other people in here. Fermel Fanatic, awesome to have you here. Who else? Connie, good morning. Awesome to have you here. Living, yes, awesome to have you here. Lots of people here this morning. So, and Lionel has a sign. So what do you guys think? How do I stop FUD? How do I get the FUD out of here? I want to help keep people informed about it. And part of my goal is to help explain a little bit more about the under the hood development stuff, right? Like there's lots of people that are out there talking more about the news and what's happening day in, day out. And I appreciate them. I listen to them, but understanding how to fork the XRP ledger, a lot of people don't understand it. It's sort of mysterious, but if we find Joel Katz, David Schwartz's tweet, you can fork it. You just have to find people to support it. And, is it this one? No, I just need to get rid of some of these things. It's, a blockchain salary, if you're looking at becoming a developer, you can make as much as $175,000. And I don't even think that is the top range. But for the most part, and this was last year, October last year, when this article was out, the median salary for a blockchain developer is now $127, with an experienced individual commanding upwards of $172. So this was last year, and this isn't even like, this is what the people coming out of university programs get to look forward to. And this is actually higher than most other areas. It's one of the blockchain developers, security developers are two of the very hot developer types that you can't find a lot of. So if you actually understand cryptography and security, you are in high demand. All right, what else? Yes, please like and subscribe. Please create a Fudbuster article website for XRP. So we have, what is that called? FUD Bingo. FUD Bingo. Let's find it. Because there is FUD Bingo already. This was created by Westwind. Westwind, yeah, I said that right. And so there's already something out there in regards to it. Okay, so I think promoting this would be very good. And I don't know. Does he have forked in here? Let's see, fork. Nope, no fork. Okay, but nobody in the XRP community is supporting a fork. Like, that's just utter stupidness. You don't have enough people. Kill them with humor and ignore them. Sincerely, George. And I agree. I think killing them with humor and ignoring them is a great idea. Good morning, Steve. Awesome to have you here. Steve Believe Guitar. Awesome. Good morning. Good morning. Stephanie G. Great to have you here as well. XRP Andy. Don't be a victim of it. SBO says, don't be a victim of it. Don't give them your time or energy. It's like raising a child. Ignore bad behavior, praise good behavior. I completely agree with that, right? And part of my challenge with, ignoring it is that when new people in the space go out and believe that, forking the XRP ledger, it is possible, and they go and support it. They get dragged into the idea that XRP is, totally is not decentralized, that, forking it is actually an option, that people would jump ship, and they cause confusion. So FUD and negativity, Jerry Hall said, FUD and negativity are the best fought with truth and not about personality. I need to follow my own advice. Yeah, I know. Well, and I do as well, because when I read the article and then I went to the change.org site, I was just like flabbergasted, because I actually saw the numbers going up, people signing up. I was like, are these people idiots? Like, what are they believing? How do they even believe this is possible? And I spent far too much time invested in that. Carl Lewis says, damn. Can I say damn? Yes, I just broke my bike. I'm sorry. If only I had a wrench. Yeah, sorry, man. There has to be consequences for bad behavior. Here, take mine. David, you don't have a wrench. Both of you guys were naughty boys. Naughty. Anthony Jackson, don't try to get him into discussions of that sort of. All right. So I don't know if you guys saw Jungle Inc.'s video in regards to R3. Jungle Inc. put out a video yesterday. It has to do with speculation. We don't know if it's true or false. Nothing has been fully promoted yet. But I think there's a lot of good information. We were talking about R3 and Corda last week in regards to the fact that, there is great strife between the R3 executive team and the developers. And the developers are jumping ship, about 10% attrition rates there. And so the idea of getting rid of or partitioning or selling off the Corda division, I think that is something that they could be looking to do, because it's so expensive just for them to be creating and testing what they're trying to build out. They also have great relations in the insurance industry. And I think Jungle's video talks a lot about what the opportunities could be for us if Ripple were to purchase Corda, the Corda division or R3. So I highly recommend that you go out and check it out. Another video that I would check out is Crypto Erie's video that she put out today in regards to this FUD. She did a good job of keeping her words together. And I think that is so. Bubba Shipe says, I did. Jungle is onto the truth. I believe it makes sense to me. It totally makes sense to me as well, Bubba. And I haven't had a chance to really dig into it super deep, but I think the Corda team is doing great work. And I think that, you know, if R3 is not seeing it as being a profitable division, I think because of where the Ripple team is with their evolution and trying to roll things out and bringing people, you know, bringing companies on board and offering solutions for multiple different industries, I think it's something that they would look at and be very interested in promoting. So, and that brings us, David D says, Jungle Inc., we love you, but do you have a better source than I've been told on the R3 purchase? We deserve more. You have a big subscriber base to put it out there without more. All right. So, you know, that's a good point. I understand what you're saying, but you know, I think you make a good point, David. And, you know, early on, before the news actually hits, there's a lot of speculation on what's going on. And it's speculation at that point. And I think Jungle does a good job of saying, hey, this is speculation. However, I have it from a good source. So we need to be mindful of where we're getting our information from. And, you know, it takes us down the dreaming alley. And, you know, that's why I said it isn't yet determined whether or not it's true. We need to wait for answers from Ripple. But do you want us to not say anything until the news is finally written and it's written by Ripple? That is a choice. You have choices in regards to what you read. So that's all I have to say about that. Marco. Bubba Shites, I did last night, and R3 is super busy overseas and elsewhere. They're super busy everywhere. They are doing a lot with their developer boot camps, really trying to spread development. And, you know, one thing that I want to, Corda, XRP, let's see if I will plug into this. No, Corda, Settler. I'm trying to, Corda, DApp development. You have to hit some of these keywords properly, and I'm already over. No, Corda dApps. So Corda dApps. I'll try one more time. No, I'm not hitting any of the advertisements that I was hitting yesterday, but there are a large number of development firms that have advertisements out there saying that they can create security dApps for you. And, you know, Corda is out there developing developers, just like Ripple is out there with their university initiative, developing developers that are able to develop this stuff. So over the next 2 to 4 years, 4 years, I say, because people need to graduate from university. Hopefully you graduate, don't leave early. You'll get a higher salary if you graduate. And they will start creating companies just like we had Google Analytics companies coming up after they became certified by Google. So, you know, we're in that early stage where we're building our force of developers who can actually work on this stuff. And I think both companies are doing a good job of getting developer adoption of their software. And that is more important, in my opinion, than company adoption. Because if developers don't want to develop your garbage, then they're not going to develop it. You'll find maintenance developers, and a lot of them are crap, in my opinion. So how do you spell about in Canada? You spell it as a boot. A boot. Tina, I'm helping to plant trees. Good job, AJ. I'm so proud of you. All right, so we are over time. Let me take a look at my channel. I didn't even do this morning. I am not sure if we are doing. Thank you so much to Skylar for your subscription. Let me go to my channel, and we're over. So tomorrow, being Friday, we're going to start doing all giveaways on Friday. It is a total fluff day. We do a recap of what's been happening, catch up with the community, and we will be doing a 50 XRP giveaway tomorrow. And I'm hopeful that I will have an announcement in regards to something that's going on Cinnamon, but at this point, I don't know. So on that, I am about to go over and out. Let's see what our dear friends over here. I want to go on something that's important. Enough about me. Yes, XRP Tipbot stats, it has changed positions, has changed domains. This is their new URL. If you're wondering about XRP scams in our community, definitely check out XRP Forensics. It is Joel Katz certified. That's what I'll call it. Anyways, I am done. I will be looking over the comments to see if there's inappropriate stuff. Anthony Jackson, I saw you said naked. So beware. I will be looking out for naked comments. But yeah, come on guys, keep it clean in the chat. We have a distributed group of people, and I'm trying to introduce more people to the XRP community. Somebody was talking yesterday, Dwight, yeah, as if I would ever get with a Dwight, right? But how some channels are more fluff. If you want more news, go to these other channels. And I think that's totally great. If you're wondering who I'm here for the XRP community, and I'm also here for people that are new to the XRP community. So a lot of the stuff that I create that isn't my morning live stream has to do with driving adoption, driving recognition of what we're doing in this space for people that are completely new. And I'm really excited about a couple of different people. I'm going to claim this, but even though I don't know if it's 100% true, but I think Silhouette Park Farm created a Coil account. I know they're on Cinnamon, not Coil, and they're creating content out there. And my goal is to try and help people that might not be in the space get and start using some of the different platforms that we have, like Cinnamon and Coil. And I have somebody else that I'm looking forward to really promoting, who I also believe is on, I know they're on Coil, but hopefully will be on Cinnamon. So if it happens by tomorrow, I will be talking about that. At this point, I do want to bring up that anybody who is, and I'll talk about it tomorrow. I don't want to ruin it. Is it okay to say fluffer? Yes, I am a fluffer. I was called a fluffer yesterday. I will take that, right? Anything that drives adoption, yes. I'm a nudist supporter. I support nudity as well, right? It's just, you need to keep, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about in the chat. And for anybody who is out here and is highly conservative, and we want them to be comfortable when they're here. We want to drive adoption and recognition of how amazing XRP is. So if you guys are scaring them away out here, that's the part that I'm concerned about. All right, with that, I'm over and out. I'm 10 minutes late, and I apologize. So join me tomorrow. We'll have a 50 XRP giveaway and news. She has no clue. I don't know what I have no clue about, but I'm looking. Yes, I'm looking. I will be looking. All right. I love you guys. I hope you have a great one. Bye. I got to find the button. The button's hidden today. Gosh, I'm so frustrated. Twitter's making me mad as well at this point. I might have to change. While getting ready very late this morning, I realized, because Twitter is blocking something that I'm trying to do, and I'm like, jerks, you guys are jerks. And then while I was brushing my teeth this morning, I realized how I could get around them, and I'm like, I found the way. They can't block the George. No, they can't. I love you guys. Have a good one. Bye.